And welcome back to another episode of the Menace Report, Fantasy Prediction Show, hosted by yours truly, Menace to Fantasy. Let's go. And welcome back to another episode of the Menace Report, Fantasy Prediction Show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what time it is. It's Friday afternoon. It's Scoob is in the spot. Alright, let me get this started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We back in here for the last installment of this segment. Who's RB1? Okay, last week I did the Los Angeles Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're moving on to the next two teams that were asked for me to go over that backfield: the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Houston Texans. So I was like, hold up, we got time today. Let me throw in a bonus. That bonus team is the Jets, Jets. Throwing them Jets up in here because we got to talk about that backfield too. All right. We'll start off with the 6-time Super Bowl champion, Pittsburgh Steelers. Right here live in the Steeler Bar. Now, when I say that and I talk about the backfield or I think about the backfield in Pittsburgh, there's a number that keeps popping in my head. That number is 260. Now you be like, Scoob, what the hell you talking about? 260. You talk about dollars for a ticket for a game, this and that? No. When I think of that, 260, I'm talking about the 260 vacated carries by Najee Harris. You know, Najee Harris is out of there. He is now a Charger. He had 263, to be precise, carries last season for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and them carries got to go to somebody. Got to go somewhere. Now, the obvious name that pops up when you hear that is Jaylen Warren, and I agree 100%. Jaylen Warren is going to absorb the majority of that 260. He's not going to get all 206, but he's going to absorb the majority of them carries. Now, the reason why I know this, he is the projected starter. Why? They said that heading into preseason, their camps, and regular season. They already said he's the projected week 1 starter. Now, you can see this is true just from week 1 preseason. A lot of Steeler veterans were held out. They did not see the field. Aaron Rodgers was the main one. And you know, Aaron Rodgers does not do preseason. It's not new. He never does preseason. DK Metcalf wasn't out there. Jaylen Warren wasn't out there. And some other veterans was missing in action. In the next preseason game, guess what? They already said Jaylen Warren will not be out there, and we know Aaron is not going to be out there. They're not doing it. This man's a veteran. He's entering year 4. He just got an extension. He's a proven pass catcher. He is proven to be efficient with his touches. He looked like the better back last year on less carries over the Najee. He looked like the better back. He was, in my opinion, he was. All right? Big here. He is trusted by Mike Tomlin and the other coaching staffs of the Pittsburgh Steelers. In the big one, they already came out. Aaron Rodgers already put the seal of approval on Jaylen Warren. We already know. If Aaron Rodgers does not want you on the field, guess where you're going to be at? You're going to be on the sideline with a clipboard. You're going to be on the sideboard. So, now, I'm not stupid. He is slightly undersized, okay? He doesn't fit the traditional bell cow running back build. He's not. He's going to have to share. He is going to have to share the load. And when you talk about share, they're like, oh, Scoob, yeah, they just brought that young boy in. His name is Caleb Johnson. Okay? Now, you would think he's there to absorb some of that 260, and I think he is. All right? He was our early round draft pick. They're bringing him in to handle that early down work. All right? Plus the goal line work. Not saying Jaylen Warren can't do those, but this boy is bigger. And his running style is physical. Caleb Johnson is a north-south runner. Okay? He's 6 foot, 215 pounds. He flashes breakaway speed. You look at some of his highlights, it doesn't look like he's moving, but he's moving. All right? The physicality is there. If you don't believe me, go back to preseason week 1, the game against the Jags. You saw that stiff arm. He put that unicorn on his ass. Travis Hunter got stiffed arm by Caleb Johnson. He put him down. So the physicality is there. The concerns with this young man, he's a rookie. There's always a rookie learning curve, okay? He is not known to be an elite pass-catching back. Not saying he can't do it. He's not known to be an elite, all right, pass-catching back. Now, the big thing, you know anything about Aaron Rodgers, he is a proponent of pushing veterans on the field. Aaron Rodgers wants veterans out there. He's kind of leery of rookies. So if Caleb was to be on that field, he got to make sure he keeps Aaron happy. He's got to be there, the right spot for the pass protection. If he does bring out in the flat and Aaron decides to throw him the ball, he better catch the ball. Because if Aaron doesn't like him, you won't see it. Now, that first preseason game, I'm sitting there watching, and I know Jaylen Warren wasn't playing, so I just assumed it was going to be Caleb Johnson being the lead back. And what does Aaron Smith do? What did Arthur Smith do? My bad. What did Arthur Smith do? Arthur Smith did some Arthur Smith shenanigans. What do you mean shenanigans? Kenneth Gainwell, a vet, had the start. And he looked decent. When Caleb was out there, he was, besides that stiff arm, he really didn't do nothing to be like, oh my God, Caleb Johnson. But Arthur Smith with the shenanigans. I know Arthur Smith likes Caleb Johnson. Now, I'm not saying he is the next, or he's better than, or he's going to be just as good. But in Arthur Smith's head, Caleb Johnson fits perfect role, just like when he had Derrick Henry. Okay? That early down big bruiser. Goal line. That's what you're going to get with Arthur Smith and Caleb Johnson. But Arthur Smith, you know, back in Atlanta, his days down in Atlanta, he doesn't just stick with running back. Okay? He doesn't stick with running back. So, Kenneth Gainwell is going to be used. He's going to piss me off because I own Jaylen Warren and Caleb Johnson. And I'm going to be heated every time I see Kenneth Gainwell step on the field. Now, Kenneth Gainwell could be a major thorn in Caleb Johnson's side all year long. Not really worried about Jaylen Warren. Kenneth Gainwell is going to be a thorn in Caleb Johnson's development. I'm telling you. All right? Aaron Rodgers likes veterans, so you know he likes Kenneth Gainwell. So, let's see how it goes. Week 1 starter, in my mind, and the starter for the season stays healthy, it's going to be Jaylen Warren. He's experienced, good pass catcher, a proven running back that has good NFL production. Caleb Johnson is a threat for early down work. He's a threat to take over the job by mid-season. He's going to be the goal line back. Okay? Breaking down the snap share. Warren's going to get about 55% of those snaps. Especially third down and 2-minute drill because he's nice with these. Caleb Johnson going to get 30 to 40% of the snaps. Early down work, goal line. Kenneth Gainwell, he's going to get some scraps, but he's going to piss off a lot of people because he's going to be used, and we're going to be cursing Arthur Smith the hell out. So the value here, I'm going to say Jalen Warren because I've seen a lot of rankings, a lot of mock drafts where Caleb Johnson gets drafted before the Jalen Warren. So the value is Jalen Warren, okay? If you do decide to go ahead and get Caleb Johnson, you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to be patient. In the sneaky pick, which you probably get with your last pick, is Kenneth Gainwell. I see more value in a dynasty than any redraft. Unless somebody gets hurt, I'm not thinking about Kenneth Gainwell. All right, let's transition over to the backfield of the Houston Texans. Now, a little off topic here. Still football, still Houston Texans. I like what their front office did or has done. They addressed two major issues. Number one, they addressed that offensive line. That offensive line was trash. C.J. Stroud was running for his life. They addressed it, and hopefully these boys they brought in will do a better job to keep C.J. Stroud upright. Because I like him. He's getting drafted late. I like C.J. Stroud. The other issue that their front office addressed is they need another person on the other side of Nico Collins. Remember, the young man had that serious knee injury. If he plays football again, kudos to him. And you know Stephon Diggs went to New England. Okay? So they had to get another wide receiver in the draft. They did that. Another big body wide receiver. You don't know, but boy. Okay. Now, let's get back to business. Let me refocus. We're talking about that Houston Texans backfield. We all know if this man is healthy and he's good to go week one, Joe Mixon is the starting running back. He's the established veteran. All right? He's currently on the non-football injury list with a foot injury. It seems to keep on recurring. And that's not good when you're a running back and your feet keep on messing up. That's not good for anybody. They said he's expected to miss several weeks. And that week one right now is in question. So, another good job by the front office because they did this before Joe Mixon injury. They went ahead and signed Nick Chubb. Now, first of all, Nick Chubb, proud of you, brother. Coming back from another major injury. Hopefully, you can regain your confidence and you can do your thing. Now, Nick is brought in to add depth and add another power back. He wasn't brought in to take over the job of Joe Mixon. He's not here to supplant Joe Mixon as a starter. He's there for depth, okay? They're going to use Nick Chubb in critical situations, especially short yardage and red zone situations. They're going to use Nick Chubb. Now, since Joe Mixon is got banged up right now, he is the RB1 right now. He's getting all the first team snaps, getting those first team reps. And like I said, hopefully he can show why he's Nick Chubb. He's back. Now, say if Joe Mixon is not available week one, Nick Chubb will get the start. But he's not going to be getting all those carries by himself. Dameon Pierce is healthy again. He's healthy again. He will retain a role, especially with this Mixon injury right now. So he has job security. Okay? It's more increased competition for Nick Chubb. Pierce is all right. But there's two more running backs, and one of them I'm not going to waste my time with. I'm talking about the rookie, Woody Marks. He's showcasing potential upside in these camps. He's flashing signs here and there. And before I even get to it, he's the sneaky value. If you get Woody Marks, you get him late, you never know. Say if Mixon is never right this whole season, Nick Chubb is going to be, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, more likely. And Dameon Pierce, he had his opportunity, man. If Woody Marks comes in and flashes, and that offense is rolling, Woody Marks is going to take that job. So he's the sneaky value. You can get Woody Marks late. and you be patient and wait for that day to come, you're going to be happy. All right? So, just to recap on that, Joe Mixon, if healthy, is your RB1. Nick Chubb will be sprinkling here and there, short yardage, goal line. Damian Pierce is there for depth, and the sneaky value is Woody Marks with that Houston Texans backfield. All right, let's transition over to the New York Jets. Now, you know I'm up here in Jersey, so that's all I'm hearing, getting talk, Jets, Giants. And it's clear to me and everybody else, the Jets are clearly embracing a committee approach at the running back. Okay? And I hate to say it, it might even be that dreaded three-headed monster. It might go down to that. Now, Aaron Glenn, the new head coach, he's committed to a run-heavy identity. Okay? Right now, the buzz in training camp that we're getting is that Breece Hall is 1A, Braylon Allen is 1B, and Isaiah Davis is going to be sprinkled in there, probably more than sprinkled. He's going to be involved, especially on third down. And that's crazy to me because Breece Hall is nice, but he's losing third down to Davis. So, last thing before I break into these individuals, there's also been talk that during the season, Breece Hall and Braylon Allen will be in a formation on the field together. They'll both be out there together. So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. So we'll start with Breece Hall. He is expected to be the lead back. Okay? He's gonna be featured in his offense. He's still considered a bell cow. I don't know how, but they still consider him a bell cow. He's been called the 1A. This is just my opinion. I think this is the last season Breece Hall will be a New York Jet. That's my opinion. I'm going to say why. I think this is last. But he is the 1A right now. He's the starter, but he's 1A. Braylon Allen, he has clearly emerged as the 1B. He's a starter. He's the 1B. And like I said, if they go to this dual formation, both of them out there, yeah, it's 1A, 1B. Now, Allen, he's bigger. He's faster. He's stronger than Breece Hall. Okay? This is why I think this is the last year of Breece Hall being with the Jets. Allen is only 22 years old. That's crazy. 22. And he's a beast. All right? He's going to be featured alongside of Hall. He's going to be featured. They're showing you the future of the Jets. Okay? Now, let's move to the third head of this monster. Isaiah Davis. Okay? This young man is very valuable, especially on third downs. Okay? He's known pass catching ability. He is nice. All right? Just from that preseason game and the talk right now in training camp, he is definitely in the rotation. All right? He is definitely in the rotation. This young man is very versatile, not just through the aerial attack. He's nice on the ground as well. Don't think he is nice on the ground as well. He is the third head of this three-headed monster. Okay? Definitely is. So with that Jets backfield, it's going to be hard. If you want Breece Hall, you're going to be spending up. In Bears, I'm going to say he probably goes second round. I'll be shocked if he goes third. Braylon Allen is going to get drafted. I think that's the value. He's the value pick. Allen, because I just told you he's 1B. He's going to get touches throughout. He is a part of the game plan. Trust me. So that's the value pick right there. And Isaiah Davis, you can get late. Hey, especially in them bye weeks, you got to cover. If they stay with this three-headed monster approach, it's going to be valuable. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, before I wrap this up, if you have any segment ideas, anything you want me to talk about for next Friday, put it in the chat. I'll look at it. If I like it, I'll run with it. Okay? I appreciate the GMs that went back and forth with this idea with the running back. Loved it. We can keep it going if you want, but we can move on to Sunday. So let's end this correctly. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. I can't wait. The 30th is almost here. Y'all better be ready. Better be ready. Don't forget the deadline for keepers is the 25th.